Hey there, in this video we all will be showcasing a project that we created using Python, tkinter and the Open Weather API. This project is a weather application that allows users to input a city name and get the current weather conditions for that location. So let's dive in.
Weather app can be useful for several reasons. First of all, like planning an outdoor activity, like knowing the weather forecast can help you plan outdoor activities, like picnics, sports events, and even travel. And for like person safety, weather condition can be sometimes hazardous, and knowing the forecast can help you take the precautions. Also, like for the farmers, need to know the weather condition to plan their farming activities like planting and harvesting, irrigation, and all.
And other reasons as well. For example, business. Knowing the weather forecast can be helpful for businesses that are dependent on weather conditions. For example, construction companies may need to know if it's going to rain or schedule their work accordingly. Last but not the least, personal interest. Some people simply have an interest in weather, and the weather app can help them keep track of the latest updates and data. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I will show you our GUI. So we get this search box where we can search the name of the cities, and this button will trigger an event that will fetch the data from the API, that is like free API, Open Weather API, and we'll get the basic details like wind, humidity, description, and pressure. If I'll try Tokyo, it will give us some the current time and all that, Celsius and all. North Pole. See, it's working like fine. And if you'll try something invalid like Varma with something, it will give an error box, because yeah, I have checked the try and catch method. So the first thing, the first thing, of course, we are putting this whole function in the try catch, and otherwise will shows an message box with an invalid entry. So first we are getting the city name using the get function from our entry table, and then setting our like we are getting the longitude latitude of that city using the geolocator module or like library, and then getting the result of the time zone. For time zone we need the longitude latitude, so this library will give the longitude latitude of that city, and like that we'll get the time zone. Okay, so then of course setting that city's time zone to our current Indian time zone, and configuring the clock and name according to that like time zone, like according to that time. Then of course we will need to like fetch the data, the like weather data from the open weather API, and we are adding the city name and our API key that is generated for this project only. So the API will respond with an JSON format data that we have to like get to the particular index and ask for the data, ask for the information. Like it will have the main information, description, and temperature information. So all the information that are present in the JSON format I have displayed in the project. So then we are configuring this okay, 1 minute. Then we are configuring this big times this big Celsius data and feels like data. So this is like same for everything. We are like adding the temperature and the condition and adding feels like tag to this and displaying the data. And of course we are configuring all the other data like the wind, humidity, description, pressure, which is in the bottom of the project. You can see if I'll type see, and see, we'll get the things. And by default they are like at 3 dot, like after getting the information they are like configured with the exact data.
Now continuing with, we are now going for the search box. We have imported the search box over here from the Python source code to here. We have created the source image and we have placed it at the coordinates of x and y at 20. Continuing with, similarly we have made the text fields and the search icon and my image icon. Now we move on to the our names tag, where we have given the photo image as usual, created the photo image, and then we have put on the label and put it at a certain place where we have given the command for that. Now comes the logo. Similarly, we have done for the logo image, put a label and a place, the coordinates. Actually, x is 150 and y is 140 over there. Now, the last but not the least, bottom box. In bottom box, we have taken the photo image, we have labelized it, and we have put it at the package grid at side bottom. Thank you.
So continuing with labels, we created 4 labels here, which are wind, humidity, description, and pressure. And the coordinates are placed according to XY coordinates here. And going to the big levels, this is shown for the weather info here, which is 16 degrees here, this one. And for the detailed description, if you enter a state or a city, the data which you get for displaying wind, humidity, and description is called detailed descriptions.
So now let me show you how, from where we are getting fetching our data. So there is a website called Open Weather, and if I'll go to an API section, and there is an API called Current Weather Data. If I'll go to the document section, here is the syntax, and we have to, like, of course, create an API key, log in and create an API key. And if I like publish these keys, and it will be blocked, and like and all, we can't use it. It's like unique for me. And there are other functions, calls regarding to the API, like the longer attitude, API ID mode, and we like used all this function. And there is like document related to the JSON form, XML. We're using JSON format, and here is like a brief syntax given for our convenience. And other function calls like fields, like we use this fields like function called pressure humidity. From here only we like took the function and called it. And of course, if you are using XML, we can use this function, this syntax also. And it's a like brief documentation regarding this open API, and it's, yeah, it's pretty helpful.